Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mom Connection.
Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. What are we in? How was your 4th of July weekend, Erica?
It was good. We just went swimming. We were supposed to have a kid-free weekend, but one of them decided to get sick, so that was a no-go. So there went
That's
our
usually
kid-free
how it
weekend.
works.
I know.
Oh,
And yeah, now we just got to do back to school shopping. We start in a
um,
week, so we got to get going because I haven't bought anything yet. How
no,
was
girl, go
yours?
to Target. Go to
I know.
Target. They have
Luckily, they have
sales.
so many good things right now, but Carmelo needs uniforms. So now I need to order
Mm.
uniforms and I haven't ordered them. And I hope they get here in a week. So I'm a little stressed, but it's
And when do
okay.
they go back?
The 17th, Carmelo goes back the
That's,
17th and then Belly the 24th. And she doesn't wear uniforms, which is good, but he does. So we need to
he
get.
does. I
Mm-hmm.
hate uniform shopping just because, well, Carmelo's like skinny and tall too. Ava's skinny and tall. So, like, she fits into a size 5 waist wise, and that's it. It still fits her loose, but they're high waters. But the 6 is way too big for her waist wise. And then I'm just like, it's like annoying in all honesty. I'm like,
It
girl,
is.
yeah, it
And
is.
I
But,
feel bad because I feel like he has to try it on. Otherwise,
mhm. You
it's
don't
gonna
know.
fit him. Yeah, it's gonna fit him all weird.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. No, yeah,
And
Target has good sales on the school supplies. Actually already bought Ava's because they had like 50-cent Crayolas, like the 24 pack, the 50-cent markers, all of that, dude. I just went and I was like, let's add it to cart.
Target, sponsor us. We love you.
Honestly, I do love Target. Because we went to Walmart and
I
I
hate
know it's totally
Walmart.
random. We went to Walmart and we tried returning something, and I promise you it was the worst process ever. Ever. I ordered it online. They're like, you have to return it online. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I have the receipt from my phone. Horrible. I told Isaiah, I'd rather pay the extra $1 or $2 and go to Target and just return it with such an easy. I hate. Yeah, no. I was like, I'd rather just pay the extra money and not have any hassles, in all
I
honesty.
know. Comment below if you're a Target fan or a Walmart fan
Or Walgreens.
or Walgreens. I don't know.
What was your original my 4th of July? It was good. We went swimming too at my husband's aunt Dia, whatever.
Aunt?
However you pronounce that word, honestly. To her house. And Joshy got scared of the fireworks. We live in Horizon,
Aw.
so there was a lot in our neighborhood. So when we came back home, they were going off. But Joshy was scared. So Isaiah was outside with our neighbors watching the fireworks. And I was in here watching Crudes
Mm.
with Joshy.
Such a
But
good
it was
mom,
good.
staying inside.
Honestly, I was tired from being in his Dia's house. I was like, I'll go with Josh. It's fine. I volunteer.
You're like, no pasa
So
nada. And then you took a nap.
yeah. Yeah, dude. So no, it was good. It was chill. It was nothing crazy, honestly. It was nice.
Does Ava like the fireworks?
Yeah, she does. She did it when she was younger, but now she does. So that's nice. Yeah, she does. My
That's
baby
good.
girl. Oh, she's yeah. But yeah, that was
I'm glad you
us.
guys had a good weekend. Well, in the midst
Yes.
of our weekends, we had a follower reach out to us and she wanted us to talk about uninvolved grandparents. Um, I feel like this is such a sensitive topic for me, but I would like your opinion on it and then I'll give
Mm.
you some of like her feedback and like what she said because it's a really good topic and I feel like it's not talked about enough right now. And I
Mhm.
feel like some of us may be scared to like actually speak up and like say how we really feel about our parents' involvement or our parents-in-law's involvement in raising our kids. So what are your thoughts about grandparents? Like, do you guys have a good like
It's
are
because you're
your
hold
parents
on,
huh?
Kinky. Sorry, it's because you said parents-in-law. It's just in-law.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know
Go
what it's
on.
called. You know what I mean. Parents-in-law, parents
In-laws.
laws?
Go
Yeah, you
ahead.
know what I mean.
Carry
How
on.
is like I know your mom is very involved, right? But like are your in-laws also involved? Like are they as
Um
attentive to your kids as much as your mom?
um My mom is involved, as much as she can be. I don't want it to come off like she sees them every day. She does not, because she does work. She's not old. I know that some. I'm just trying to reference it because some people's parents are a lot older, so they don't work anymore. They're
They're
retired.
retired.
My mom still works. She works Monday through Friday. I visit my mom often because she's my mom. Like I don't go and visit Isaiah's mom as often 'cause she's Isaiah's mom. Like I could just get up and say I'm gonna go to my mom's house and just relax with my mom. But
Mhm.
she is involved. She does, like, if Ava has her graduation, her pre-K graduation, if Ava has something going on at school, she tries to go. Not just my kids, but like my brother's kids also. And when I go out of town with Isaiah or for work, she does do whatever she can to help us, like with the kids. She is involved. My mother-in-law, my in-laws, my parents-in-law, my in-laws, they're involved too. Actually, I had an emotional breakdown because they took Ava to Disneyland. So she's there for a whole week in California with
Dang.
them. And I didn't even want to let her go, in all honesty, because I I don't know. Not that I don't trust them, but it's hard for me.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I talk to are like, you're wrong, like feeling that way. But
No.
um yeah, it was hard for me this weekend. But anyways, they're involved. They're involved as much as they can be. But I do want to make a point on both my in-laws and my mom and my stepdad. My in-laws, their daughter lives with them, Isaiah's sister, and she has two daughters. And then my mom, my brother lives with her, and my brother has three kids. So I feel that because they live with their other grandkids, their relationship is very different with those grandkids compared to my kids. And not like not in a way where they treat not that they treat them differently, but they're experiencing things with their grandkids on an everyday basis that like they don't do with my kids, obviously, because my kids live at home with me. Do you get what I'm saying? Does it make
Yeah.
sense?
Mhm.
So I feel, even with Angel, me and Angel lived with my mom for so many years that I feel like my mom has a very different relationship with Angel than with all of her grandkids because she helped me raise Angel. I was so young. She was a second mom to my son. So now that I'm older and my kids live with me, I truly feel like, I don't know, like their relationship is different. Not in a bad way. It just, I don't know. Am I making sense? Like, I feel like they have a very different relationship with their grandkids that they live with. Cause, like I said, they see them every day compared
Mhm.
to, my kids. Do you get
Yeah.
me?
I can see that because my mom is living here now with my sister, and obviously my niece and nephew are there, so she's with them every single day. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, I feel like my kids feel a certain type of way because 'cause they're like, "She doesn't even visit us," or "She doesn't even come over." I get the excuse that we live too far from my sister, and we're only 30 minutes
Mm-hmm.
away. So, I don't see that as an excuse. I think that that's just an excuse that they use. So, that bothers
Mm-hmm.
me a lot, and I think my kids are noticing it because they go to, like, the movies together, and they obviously go out to dinner, and, like,
Mm-hmm.
they do all these
Two
things
things.
together
Mm-hmm.
that my kids don't get to have with my mom. So,
Excuse me.
I think that
Sorry.
it kind of does not make it easy knowing that, like, your parents or your in-laws live with their other grandkids because you feel like yours are kind of, like, not getting that attention that they're getting, you know what I mean?
I think it's the attention and just kind of things. I think like my mom will tell me like, "Oh, Mia woke up and told me this funny story." And it's just cute. Like I'm not like resentful. I'm like, "Oh, that's good that my mom gets to have that." But, like, she doesn't get to see what Ava wakes up like, and I'm like, "Oh, like,
Mhm,
Ava will wake up," and you know what I mean? And not that it's, like, one or the other, I just think it causes relationships with their grandkids to be very different. Like I said, I think
mhm,
the whole family knows that. Not that my mom loves Angel more or favors him more, the relationship is really
that they
different, but
have, mhm,
because we lived there for, I don't know, so many years with her throughout his whole childhood that she has these memories with him. I think it's what it is. It's the memories. And yeah, it's crazy, but I think they just play a major role, and I think the situations also play a major role and impact on the kids.
mhm.
What was the situation with our follower?
She was saying that her mother-in-law only comes around when she doesn't have a boyfriend or isn't too busy. for her kids, and she says it's really frustrating as a mom herself knowing that her kids are not disposable to anyone. Like, she wants her mom to, like, make an effort, or her
Her
mother-in-law, I'm sorry,
mother-in-law.
not her
Mhm.
mom. Yeah, her mother-in-law,
Mhm.
to make more of an effort, and she did say, like, she has parents that are very involved and, like, they, are always around and everything, but it's just her mother-in-law who is just not as involved as she would like it to be, and she feels like it's just really frustrating and it's really hard because she feels like she's always the one in the middle between her mother-in-law and her husband, like, she's telling her husband how she feels about his parents not being, or his mom not being involved, and then,
Mhm.
he, like, has to pick sides, you know what I mean? So she feels, like, frustrated and sad that it's always something about her mom-in-law? Yeah,
Her mom-in-law. Mother-in-law.
mother-in-law.
Oh goodness, you're so funny. That's sad. I think that's sad because I've heard
Mhm,
that we have a friend too that she says that whenever her mother-in-law, I the same thing. She's single, so she does things and she goes out or whatever.
mhm,
And then whenever she's not busy, she's like, "Oh yeah, hey, like I have grandkids." But I think that's so sad because
mhm,
they're not disposable. And you look as parents, we look at our kids and I think no matter what, we're going to see like our kids as these great little humans, like, "Oh my god, they did this, they said this word." And it's so exciting for us. And I think the only other people that'll get as excited as us would be their
the
grandparents.
grandparents, mhm,
Yes. So in this case, the fact that she's only seen it from her parents, like, it kind of sucks, and I think that can cause issues between her and her husband. I know that we had asked her and we talked to her more, and she said that it's not causing issues, that her husband is starting to see and agree with her, which I think is a
mhm,
major, um what should I say? What's the word? Like, it's a really good thing because if he just defended his mother, I think it would cause a lot of problems. So I think like in-laws being involved can cause a lot of issues within your marriage or relationship.
mhm. I agree, and it's funny you say that because that's one of the things she said was, how does my mother-in-law want," or she put, "How do you want to miss out on them?" Like, how is it
Yeah, it's
okay in your
true.
mind to not see their first this, their first that, like, being at birthday parties, like, anything,
They
like,
grow
how
up
do you
so fast.
exactly, like, how do you miss that? Like, that's really, especially if they're your only grandkids, like, you would
Yeah,
wanna
she
be
said they're her
involved.
only ones, huh?
Mhm. She did, she said that they're her only grandkids on both sides. So she's like,
That's insane.
how do you not wanna be involved?" Like, I feel like if it's, like, your 12th or 14th grandkid, you're kinda like, "Man, it's whatever." But l and not really whatever, right? Because you still want them to be a part of your kids' lives, but
Mhm.
your 1st and 2nd, like, that's kinda like your biggest ones. Because Angel was your mom's 1st grandbaby, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, girl, I was so young when my Angel.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
Angel
trying
was
to
the
say, like, you had a baby young, but I'm saying, like,
no.
you
No, but yeah, he was the first grandkid, like, in our family and Gabriel's family, like, he was the first one,
Mhm,
so it was different. But I think it's sad because, the fact that I lost, like, my dad, what was it, 2 years, I'm horrible with dates, 2 years ago, I think,
mhm,
yeah, 2 years ago. When did I get married? In 2021, right? 3 years ago?
3
I got
years
married in
ago.
2021, that's when he passed away, 2021. Um, I think having lost my dad, I have a new perception of my kids' relationships with their grandparents. I was always kind of like, "Oh, if they don't wanna be in their lives, like, that's them. Oh, well, like, too bad." But when I lost my dad, I was like, I think my perspective changed. I was kind of like, "No, like, they're lucky, like, to have grandparents, like, they should be involved." Like, but then again, to an extent, like, how much do you push your kids onto them? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where that's the question. Like, yeah, you want them to be in their lives, but you shouldn't be the one having to push them in their lives. Like, they should
Mhm,
want to be in their lives. Like, they should make that effort. Like Ava and Josh, they have Joe. Joe's my stepdad, but they're like biological, I guess. Only grandpa is Isaiah's dad since my dad passed. So I think, like I said, do you push them? Do you not? Like, how hard do you try as a parent to have your grandparents and their grandparents involved, whether it's your parents or your in-laws? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's
I don't know if
I
I'm
don't
the
know what
best
the
to
question
answer,
is.
but I don't push my mom anymore. I stopped
Mhm.
doing that a long time ago, and luckily, they have, like, grandparents who are very, very or it's not really their well, they're not grandparents by blood, but they're grandparents,
Biologically.
like not biologically, like, it's just a random couple I met one time, and they love the kids, like, those are their grandparents, and
Mhm.
they, like, they live, like, 45 minutes away from me, and they come to everything, like birthday parties, school
But
events.
that's insane, like, that's a perfect example,
Yes,
like, you have this
exactly,
couple who loves your kids and wants to not miss
and they're
out on
not
any part of
even
your kids,
blood related.
but, like, your mom will miss something or she, says it's too far, like, that to me is insane, like, they're your
Exactly,
grandkids, whether they're your 5th or 1st grandkid, like, why not be there if you can, like, they're gonna
exactly.
remember.
And that's why I think I stopped trying because I see them who aren't family doing all this stuff and my mom can't. So I'm just like, fuck it. Like, why do I even try? Like, might as
It's
well just
true, it's
stick
because
to the
it's
grandparents
true
that care. And I
that
think
are
my
there.
mom, yeah, and I think my mom notices it because she'll be like, oh, where are the kids staying? And I'm like, with their grandparents. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, well, they don't feel
They're already
comfortable with you.
older though
Like,
too. Yeah, but
yeah,
they're
like,
seeing it because 'cause they're getting
mhm.
older.
Yeah, exactly, like, they know who's there, and they know who they wanna be with, and I feel bad sometimes because I feel like my mom senses it, but I can't change the way they feel, like, if they know that my mom's not there, they're not gonna wanna be with her, they're gonna wanna be with the other grandparents who are always there for them, and that's who they were with this
Mhm.
weekend, and I'm like, Carmelo was, like, in heaven because they do everything with him, like, they play video games, they play board games, they color, they literally anything Carmelo wants to do, they'll do, and with it's like
Mhm.
somebody else, they're like, "Oh, I don't want to right now. Oh, we're busy, we gotta clean." Like, that's
Mhm.
not something that he wants to do all the time, so I think and even Belly, she, like, will go and the grandma will bake with her, the grandma will play all the games she wants to play, and I think that that's she's very, like, hands-on, like, "I wanna play all
Mhm.
these games," and so is the grandma. The grandma's like, I will do everything you wanna do, like, lay it out, and we'll do everything the whole day you're here," and that's what they
Mhm.
love, and my mom is just more like, "Go do what you want," type of thing, and I'm not trying to say, like, my mom's this horrible
That she's
person, but it's
Mhm.
just what the kids notice
They're
and
kids.
what they feel. Mhm.
They're kids. They like to play, they like to be hands-on, I think in general. So I think, like you said, if they have grandparents that are willing to play with them, like, of course, they're gonna wanna go with them, it's just
Mhm.
normal. Even parents too, if one plays with one more than the other, it's kind of like that's who they lean towards, you know?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's just a hard situation. In reference to our follower, I'm so glad that it hasn't caused problems between her and her husband because I think that's where it can get really bad. If he's defending his mother all the time and she's kind of like, no, like you need to see it. Because I
Mhm.
think a lot of men are gonna defend their moms because that's
Yeah.
their mom. So I'm glad that in her case it didn't affect them, but it's hard, like I said, how much do you push your kids onto and it's not even to people, like to their grandparents, and that's kind of like I said, I think it's sad.
Mhm.
We had another instance where they said that I don't know what to call it, but it's kind of like a fake grandma. Um it's one of those grandmas that just kind of wants to post on Facebook, like, all of their accomplishments, but they're never there for them. I think that's so
Mm.
sad. Like,
Mhm.
it's kind of, like, all for show. Like, how are you gonna sit there and post, like, pictures of, your grandbaby's football game, your grandbaby's accomplishments, and you're not even there for any of them? Like, it's just for show. Like,
Mhm.
I think that, again, goes back to social media. You're just putting on it's not even us that are young, it's like older people putting on a show, and it's kinda sad sad because why not just be there for them?
I don't know, I don't know, I feel like they just don't want to. Like, I feel like they're maybe set in their ways if they are older, maybe they're used to, like, not going to, like, their kids' events, but just, like, being proud from, like, far away, which is still I'm telling you, I just feel like it's because we're millennials, I think still we are, and I
Millennials.
think it's because we actually, like, speak up, like, we don't just put shit on the back burner and are like, "Oh, whatever, no pasa nada, like, it'll be fine," like, I think because we actually, like, speak up and we're like, "Hey, what you're doing is not okay, like, why are you not in their lives? Like, why are you just posting pictures when you can't even attend the ceremony or whatever," you
Do you
know?
Well, when you say given that you're saying that, do you think that our follower, the one that's having issues with her mother-in-law, do you think that it'd be a good idea for her and her husband to confront the
Oh,
mother-in-law?
for sure. I think for sure they should. I think that they should tell them that they should, like, sit her down and be like, "Look, like, these are your only 2 grandkids right now, like, you need to be involved. Like, they are growing way too fast. Tell them we sent you." Just kidding. But you
But
could,
then
like,
again, that goes into questioning, are you pushing it? Like, why wouldn't it just come out of her on her own?
I think I
Like,
would
do
do
you
it
sit there and
one
say like,
time.
"Look, like"
If you haven't had the
mhm,
conversation once, I think you should do it one time. And then if
mhm.
things don't go well, then that's it. Like, you did your part. Like, you tried it, you have tried talking to her, you've tried, like, putting it in
Like, you
front
can
of her.
make yourself yeah, I guess like, I guess you can tell yourself, like, "Look, like, I did try, like, for my
Like,
kids
I did my
for them
part.
to be
Uh,
involved, like, I did mhm.
exactly. You don't wanna do your part, then that's on you. The kids will notice this, the kids won't wanna be in your lives. That's your fault, not mine. Like, we can't, like, she also can't keep pressuring or putting that stress on herself and her husband, because at the end of the day, the mom's gonna wanna do what she's gonna wanna do. If she wants to be in their lives, she's gonna be in their lives. If not, there's your answer. Like, you've already done your part. Why do you need to keep pushing?
It's true. I agree, I agree. I mean, even me, for instance, I did talk like, I'm very not confrontational. I don't want people to think that I'm over here starting fights or anything.
They're all scared of you.
I'm very no, I try to, like, speak my mind, I guess you can say. Like I did, like, when my brother moved back to my mom was spending a lot of time with, my oldest niece, Mia, and I would tell my mom, like, "Mia goes and tells Ava that she was with you, and she spends the night all the time, and she does all this," and then I had Ava coming and asking me, like, "Why is, Mia living with grandma? Like, why is Mia getting to be with my grandma and not me?" So then I told my mom, I told her like how I felt. I was like, I'm not mad that you obviously have this relationship with Mia. I'm just a little bothered because Ava doesn't understand. And I was like, so maybe, you know, do something with Ava by yourself, like not with Mia and Ava, like just Ava, so that she knows that she has that relationship with you too. So
Mhm.
I did bring it to my mom's attention. But if it were my mother in law, I'm sure it'd be a lot harder because she's not my mom. Like I can go and tell my mom anything and I know that I'll have that relationship with her. But I think when it comes to your in-laws, you kind of question like, are they gonna think that I'm the problem? Like, are they gonna be like, oh, like Mijo would never say this. It's her. Like she's the
Yes.
problem. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like it can cause
And
again, it's a very touchy subject. It can cause issues.
and if Ava saw your mother-in-law doing that and she told Isaiah, do you think Isaiah would say something, or do you think he would be like, "No, I'm not gonna say anything," or
Um,
do you think it would cause an argument?
I don't I Isaiah I'm Isaiah.
Okay, just kidding. I won't ask
Isaiah
that.
No, I mean, it's because Isaiah is very different. Isaiah doesn't like to have problems. And not that it would cause a problem, but he's kind of like, no, like it's fine, like it's not a big deal. And I'm more like, no, like let's address it. Like it is a big deal. So
Mhm.
our views are kind of different. So I don't know if he really would talk about it. I think if it came to a certain extent, he would bring it to his mom's attention. But we've had to talk to Ava plenty of times since she doesn't understand how Mia lives with, well, not lives, but stays at my mom's. And then Isaiah's oldest niece, Aubrey, stays at his mom's. Ava's kind of like in this limbo where she's like, it's not fair. And I'm like, she's
Mm.
like, grandma's house is fun. And I'm like, girl, your house is fun too. But I try to explain to her, like, not in a rude way in any way, but I'm like, baby, like, we're blessed. Like, we have our home. Like, you have your room. Like, you have your parents here. Like, I keep trying to, like, make her understand, but it's so hard to get it through a 5-year-old's head. Like,
Mhm.
girl, you're lucky that you have your own room, that you have your space, you know?
Girl, it's hard to do it.
But it's
Put it in a
hard. It's
11 and
hard.
9-year-old's head, the same thing, like, they don't get it. So, I feel
It's
like they're
crazy they
just
don't.
yeah, they're just innocent kids who don't realize, like,
They just
what's
want to
going on,
play.
and
In all reality,
they do.
they just want to go to a fun house and just play and just, do the fun stuff with the fun people.
Mhm.
And to them, we're parents. So we're like the strict ones. We're the mean ones. We're like the ones that are, and grandparents are fun. And again, I think that, I don't know, I think grandparents are very important. I didn't grow up with all of my grandparents. I don't think I even met my grandpa on my dad's side ever. So I told Isaiah, like, when we had our kids, like, I do want them to be very involved. It's just, it's hard now because Isaiah's mom, I think, has what, five grandkids, I think, six, five or
Oh,
six,
wow.
one of those. And my mom, same. My mom, I think, has six. So it's hard for them to be there at every graduation, every T-ball game, every, I can't expect them to, and I really don't. But it's just nice to know that, like I said, I mean, they're with Ava right now, and my heart is my heart is
She's probably
breaking.
having the time of her life. She's probably not even thinking about you right now.
Oh, girl, that first night I told Isaiah,
Just send
I'm
her
gonna go sleep in
back.
her room. Yeah, I know, I know. But anyways, no, yeah, grandparents are important. I'm telling you, I don't know. Listen to Luke Combs' album. It's so sad, so
No, because I don't want
meaningful
to
of the
cry.
relationship. Yeah, you'll cry. They're important. I think it is important to have them, and they're wise. They've gone through so
But I
much. Like,
think
I
they're
think it keeps kids
important.
humble.
But I think they're important if they want to be involved because again, you can't force that relationship on your kids either. Just like I don't force relationships with like aunts and uncles and cousins and baby daddies. Like you want to be involved,
Baby
be
daddies.
involved. You don't want to be
No, but
involved, then
it's
don't be
true.
involved. Like it's not just grandparents, it's literally anybody. Like if you want to be at my kid's birthday party, be at my kid's birthday party. If not, fuck you, then don't come.
It's true. It's because
Mhm.
it's honestly true. I think this can relate to many different things, not just grandparents, like you said. Like, I think friends even too. When I first got pregnant, like, I think I stopped talking to like everybody
Yeah.
because nobody wanted to be there for me because I was pregnant and everybody was, graduating. It kind of makes you realize like who's truly there, and if
Mhm.
if unfortunately the grandparents aren't there, like, then, oh, not, oh well, but
I
I don't
mean,
know,
it'll
like, you'll
be
be
hard.
fine.
Yeah, but they'll be fine.
Mhm.
They'll have good people in their lives or around them that will be there for them, even if it's not the grandparents as much as you want it to be. Luckily, like that follower who sent us a message, luckily her parents are very involved and at least they have like one good set of
Mhm.
grandparents. I mean, it sucks that not both of them can be it, but also at the end of the day, like,
At least
don't
they have
waste
one.
yeah, and don't waste your energy on, like, somebody who doesn't wanna be involved. Like, if you've already given it a shot and have tried and tried and tried, and it's just not working, why keep putting it?
And I think she said something like that they told her, like, "You're wasting, like, your energy and time on being mad or frustrated at the situation," and the grandma is living their life, like, without any issues, like, you know what I mean? And it's true. We waste so much energy on being mad or at the situation or wanting these people to be
Mhm,
involved. Why? Just not why, okay, don't take it the wrong way. Like, I mean, I get it. It hurts, it hits a nerve, in all honesty.
mhm,
like we said earlier, like, you look at these little humans and you're like, they're so amazing, like, they're so wonderful. Like, why do you not want to be in their lives? But it's kind of like you just can't make them. If they don't want to be there, you can't force it. Don't waste your energy anymore. You know that the people that you're raising are good little humans, and just at least your parents are involved, and that's all, that they have some grandparents. Imagine
mhm.
kids that don't have any grandparents.
That's so sad. But then they probably
I
have,
would be
like,
with
really
them.
good aunts or uncles or cousins or
Mhm.
something that will replace what they don't have, or
Yeah.
friendships, because sometimes friendships are better than family.
Honestly, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's true. I agree. I'm all thinking, but it's because Nallie's been in my, like, life forever, and my kids kind of see her like a
As
tia,
an
like,
aunt,
but
exactly.
she, yeah, like, and she's always trying to be there for everything. And I think about it, and I mean, even though if they don't have their grandparents or their uncles, or is it aunt or aunt?
I think it's
Or their
aunt.
aunts
I think aunt is, like,
or
fancy
whatever.
way, like you're bougie.
Oh, we're not fancy or bougie here. Um, so as long as they have somebody, I mean, at the end of the day, all they need is you.
And they just need love, and whether they get love from you, from the dad, from the baby dad, from the anyone, they're gonna get it
The
from
the
someone.
stepdad,
The
anybody.
stepdad, anyone. As long as they're getting what they need, they're gonna be happy. And I feel like they're gonna notice that sooner. Like, I feel like they're gonna know as they grow up, they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, these people don't wanna be in my life, then bye, like, I'm just not gonna waste my energy and time on you, and that's something that I hope that the kids learn because I was always like, "I want them to be my friend, I want them to be my friend, I want them involved, like, let's include them in everything," and I feel like that hurt me more as I grew up, and
Mhm.
now, like, even Belly now will be like, "Oh, she's annoying, I'm done," and I'm like, "Hey, like, I wish I was like that." Like, I wish I could just be like,
It's
"You know what?
good
I'm done
though,
with
they're
her." Mhm.
strong.
They are. So I
Yeah,
think
it's
that that's
it
something
teaches
that
them.
that I think is good that they're learning, that I wish that I could have done growing up, that I could just be like, "Bye, I'm done," and not, like, keep trying to have, like, all these toxic relationships.
And you know what? I think kids are so smart that they're gonna see who's there and who tries and who's involved. And yeah, when they're younger, like, you know, 1, 2, 3, whatever, that they just want their whoever it is, their grandparent or whatever, they're gonna hit a point where they see that that person isn't trying. Like whether it's
Mhm.
a dad or a mom or a grandparent, they're gonna be like, no, like I don't even want to go with them. You know, like they'll cry when they just won't want that relationship. And I think as a parent, that's the hard part, that when they realize that they don't want that relationship with that grandparent, it's gonna hurt, like our follower. If the 2-year-old doesn't want a relationship with the mother-in-law anymore, it's gonna hurt the dad because that's his mom. And he's gonna see it and he's gonna be like, shit, like my son doesn't even want to go with her. At the end of the day, like the kids are gonna be fine. I think it'll hurt
Mhm.
them more. Like if Josh didn't want to go with my mom, it would end up hurting me. Like, you know, but what can we expect if they're not involved or
Mhm.
trying?
But that's also because you have such a good relationship with your mom. Like, I feel like if
I try.
you're
I do.
like, I feel like
Mhm.
if maybe your relationship wasn't as good or you just didn't really care much, you'd probably be like, whatever. If they don't like her, they don't like her, you know? But because you have a good relationship and you're close to her and you want that relationship with your kids and her, I think that makes you like, that would be so sad for you if they were to be like, no, I don't
Mhm.
want to talk to her. I don't want her in my life. You'd be like, what the fuck? Why not? Because you're so close to her.
Well, do you think that our relationships with our parents affects, I guess, our children's relationship with our parents?
100%.
Like if I wasn't close to my mom, like, and I didn't see my mom often, but let's say like she would try, like, do you think that my like Ava would grow up to still want to be close to my mom even though I wasn't close to her?
Possibly, because I feel like they see it with me, like, they see I'm not close to my mom, and they, like, will make comments, and I'm like, "Shit," like, I gotta, like, not say
It's
things
because they see
in
it
front
from
of them.
you, or
Exactly.
like they hear what we say about
Uh-huh.
them.
Exactly, and I can't fucking talk
Mm,
Spanish anymore because 'cause they're over here learning Spanish now, so, like, we have to write text it to each other when we wanna say something, so
learn French
I know I should, but
or
I think for
Mandarin.
sure it has to do with the relationship we have. If we have a weird relationship and we're over here saying everything, they're gonna pick up on it and they're gonna be like, "Well, you said that grandma was this, this, and this, so why can't I feel that way?"
How do you think, well, that was an instance, that was our follower who has a grandparent who isn't involved. What do you do when you have, like, for example, this is not me, okay, y'all. But for example, like let's say like I didn't like my in-laws, but my in-laws constantly wanted to be there. Imagine like that situation too. Like imagine,
That would
like
be
you know what I
hard.
mean? Like the ones that like you're like, I don't like them, but they're like, oh, we're going and we're gonna go see the kids and we're gonna go pick up the kids, and you're kind of like, well, goddamn, I don't even want you to come pick them up.
I think it's hard because you don't want them involved, but they wanna be, but you're not a fan of them, like, that's just hard.
There's so many different situations and all
There
that. No, I do.
is.
I love my in-laws. They are very good to my kids. They love my kids. Given the fact that Joshy looks exactly like freaking Isaiah when he was little, like I mean,
He
they have
does.
no choice but to love that kid. But and my mom, I do. My mom and my stepdad are very involved. So I'm very blessed. I know your situation is different, but I'm glad that your kids have grandparents, like
Mhm.
even though they're not biological, that they have people to look up to. But I think that there's just so many different situations. And like you said, it's such a touchy subject because, again, in laws, kids, I think those are like
Parents-in-laws.
parents in laws. Those are. Those are just, I think those could just spark an argument and between you and your spouse that you say things that you just can't take back.
For sure. And I think it obviously you have to have those conversations whether they're easy or not. Like I think you have to say what's on your mind and be like, "Look, your mom sucks. Like she should do this and this and this."
Yeah, that's exactly the conversation to have. Whatever, if I say I told me like your mom sucks, I'd be like, you suck. Like, don't be telling
That's
me my
because your
mom sucks.
mom
Like, you
doesn't
suck.
suck. That's because your mom doesn't suck. But if like it was another
Isaiah just,
situation and
it's because she cooks so
and your mom
good.
really was horrible, would you be and Isaiah was like, "Listen, your mom is kind of crappy, like she's not there." Wouldn't that make you feel like shit, like that you're right, like she's really not there?
Yeah, I think because I think because my kids, um, in my mind come first, which is honestly a topic I want to talk about. They say that your kids should not come first. They say that it should be your husband. But I
Really?
don't. Yes, yes, the Bible says. Me and Natalie were having a conversation, and she's like, I will go on and fight you like on this. But I was like, do you feel that way because you don't have a kid yet? Like they do want to have kids, and she's like, no, even if I have a kid, I'm gonna feel this way. And I was like, no, like my kids come first. But then my mom later on told me that her and my stepdad went to like marriage therapy, and the therapist told them, no, your kids do not come
That's
first.
that's
It's your
because you're
husband or your
uh-huh, because
spouse. And I was like, nope,
when your
it's
kids
just
move
you and your
out, who are you
spouse.
left with? It's your spouse. So even though you're oh, well, we can bring that up later. I'll have that conversation with you later
Yes, but
because
no,
I'm gonna
okay,
go
well,
in
in
a
my
whole
mind,
ramble.
I know another 40 minutes. In my mind, okay, my kids are first. So I'm kind of like, okay, like if my mom sucks and she doesn't want to, like, she just is not a good grandparent, then oh well, like, so what? Like, my mom won't be in their lives then. It'll hurt and it'll suck. But in my mind, I'm like, what's the best option for my kids? And that's kind of maybe what our followers should think. Like, okay, if the grandma doesn't want to be there, what is the best option for your kids? Like, what, so that they don't see somebody just not wanting to be there for them. Mhm.
If her kids see it as well already that the mom's not there, then that
Mhm.
should be your answer right there, what you need to do. Like, if your kids are noticing it, then you should be like, "I'm done. Like, why am I gonna
Yeah.
push
Don't
myself
even push it.
to or stress myself out and, like, have all this stress on me if it's not even gonna benefit my kid at the end of the day?"
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. That's what we think. That's our opinion. Again, we got some responses in relation to some people that have grandparents that don't even try or they try minimally. Like I said, I think that's sad. But again, how far do you push your kids onto their grandparents, onto loved ones, just because
Mhm.
they're your parents? It doesn't mean that you have to. I
And we
think it
did have
should go
people
both ways.
I agree, and I think we did have people message us and be like, "We have great relationships with all of our grandparents." So, I mean,
I think
everybody's
that's
situation is
ideal.
different too. Mm,
But I think that's ideal to have that. Even as parents, I think that kind of gives you a break, honestly, like not in a rude way, but because like my in-laws have grandparents at their, I mean, grandkids at their house. My mom has grandkids at her house. When me and Isaiah kind of want a date night, we can't get one because it's,
'cause
they're kind of
everybody
like, no, like we already have kids here. Like we don't want other, not in a rude way, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like it's a lot because all of them are
Mhm.
little. So, if you have great relationships with on both sides, honestly, you're blessed. You're truly blessed because not everybody has that, or people have lost parents that their kids, don't even won't have grandparents in their lives.
Mhm. I agree. If there's a topic that you guys want us to talk about, tell us. We are all for it. I appreciate this topic because it was for sure something that I felt like we needed to talk about because obviously Marlene and I's
Re-
situations are different. But if you have something
Mhm.
that you want to talk to us about, please tell us, send us a message. We will definitely keep you anonymous. We will not put you on blast like that. Let us know what your thoughts are and what topics or what else you want us to talk about or bring up and get our opinion on.
Also, sorry, did you watch Inside Out too?
I did. It's so cute. I cried.
I thought it was so cute too. Girl, I'm
Did you just
anxiety.
watch
If you all
it?
think I'm joking, no, I saw it. I don't remember when I saw it. But I
It's
saw
super
it.
cute.
We took Ava and Angel. My mom watched Joshy. But girl, anxiety, the way the she was spinning. That is me with the kids. Not Isaiah, not myself. That is
That's
me
me
with
too.
the kids. Like that's me
Mhm.
thinking like every possible like is anybody else like that? Because when I saw it, I was crying. Isaiah looked at me, he's like, really? And I was just like, it's because
I
that's how
was
I
crying,
feel.
especially when Joy told or when Joy was like, "You're letting your anxiety take over your joy." Oh, I cried my eyes out. I was like, oh, "This is so true." It's a really good
Girls,
movie.
it's true. I know sadness
Mhm.
is sad, but I love her. I think she's so funny. I
She's
think
freaking
I don't
hilarious.
I
The girl who plays
I like
Sadness is
her.
like perfect for that.
Oh, she's the one from The Office.
Yeah, she's like the perfect
What's her
Sadness.
name? Phyllis? Phyllis? No, am I
I
just
don't
making up
know.
a name?
I think you are. Pam.
Oh,
No,
no, Pam is the
Pam
one
is
that
the other
dates.
girl,
She dates.
the receptionist.
No, Pam is the receptionist, but she dates. Oh my god, I know the people listening. If you're a huge Office fan, it's because I have a
You're gonna
horrible
be
memory. The only
they're gonna be
characters,
so ashamed of
the
you.
ugh, the only people I remember are the friends. Obviously, people, but I can't remember the names of like the other shows. Oh my god, what is Pam? Who does Pam date? Jim.
I don't know.
Jim.
Oh,
Yeah, Pam and is
yes.
it Jim?
I think so. I'm gonna Google it
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
yeah, yeah. Pam and Jim. I just remember Michael Scott, Dwight. It's Phyllis. I think her name is Phyllis. I don't think I'm making it up.
Oh, her real name is Phyllis, but not in the show.
What's her? Why would I know her real name? Are you sure? I
I'm
think
sure.
I think her
I
show name.
just put so it is Pam and Jim. And then Phyllis, her name is oh, it is Phyllis in the show too.
Her name cannot be Phyllis in real life.
It is. Google it right now.
Her name is Phyllis?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't even bother Oh, it is Phyllis
I told
Smith.
you. You didn't believe me, cabrona.
Sorry. I was just like, why wouldn't they change her name? Like, they changed everybody else's name. Okay, anyways, Inside Out 2 is a cute movie. If y'all haven't seen
If
it, go watch it.
go watch it. Tell us
And go
your
watch The
thoughts.
Office. I'm sure if people are
I'm-
huge Office
I
fans
think
listening, they're
they
probably
are gonna
pissed
tell
off.
you to go watch The Office because you don't know
Go
their
no, ask
names.
me a question about Friends. I got you, but not The Office.
Oh, so funny.
But thank you all for tuning in. Again, thank you to our follower for requesting this topic. It was a good one. Like Erica said, we have two different, situations, two different perspectives, but I think a lot of people can relate to it also. So if you have anything else you guys want to hear or talk about, please let us know. We do have people that write to us and we can definitely let you know what they said, their opinions and experiences also on the topic.
Mm-hmm. Give us your thoughts if you're a Target or Walmart girly. I want to know, or guy. I want to know. But
Target.
yes, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow.
Target has a sale on on Cokes right now.
And Red Bull's watermelon. If you haven't had this one, it's like the Rebels at Dutch. Dutch sponsor me. I
Try
love you.
it.
All right. Have a good one. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, week. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.